comes on the outside. Now, Albert Lewis, all those years, he ain't going for no token fake to the left. He stays his ground, shows some discipline, sacks Jason Garrett.
So on 4th and 12, Howard is deep for the punt. And Howard will let this one bounce. Bounces inside 10 and into the end zone. So it'll come out to the 20. First down for the Raiders from their own 20-yard line. Back to the ground, and Napoleon Kaufman dances up the middle for about 2 yards, maybe 3, before Randall Godfrey makes the stop. Napoleon Kaufman has carried the load for the ground game today. 14 carries, 78 yards, and we were joking with John Richie, the rookie fullback. Said, do you think maybe you might get your first carry ever today?
And everybody was laughing. Even John Gruden was laughing about it. He says, when you do, we're going to stop the game and give you the ball.
Jeff George on the rollout, penalty marker in the backfield. George throws it away. Let's see if this is a hold against the Raider offensive line. Jerry Markwright says somebody might try to trip in the backfield. Talk to us, Jerry.
He's getting it figured out. Nope, he doesn't either.
Tripping on number 40. Offense.
That would be the rookie fullback, John Richie.
Ooh, John Richie. The fullback. He was telling us, too, yesterday how important it is for him.
Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
To be part of the pass protection, to make sure the quarterback look into the backfield. John Richie misses him and then throws that left leg out. And Kavika Pittman knocks him down. Jeff George able to get away.
So the Cowboys decline the penalty. It's 3rd and 7 from the 23. George in the backfield, brought down by Kavika Pittman. 2nd sack of the day for the Cowboys.
Just a good job by Kavika Pittman putting the pressure on Pat Harlow. What he does, he gets him going outside, then he comes inside. Look at him come in there. And then look at the strength of his hands. Gets just his left hand on the jersey of Jeff George and pulls him down.
And now Deion Sanders hopping up and down back at his own 35-yard line. He'll get a chance to return this. From the 37. To midfield. Almost vaulting, but not quite getting past Greg Beaker before he makes the tackle. The man has fun playing the game of football, doesn't he?
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Air, Jeep, and by Stanley.
Welcome back to Dallas and to the NFL on CBS. Deion Sanders thinking, he might have been a step or two from breaking that one.
Well, when you say he's having fun, of course, if I was that good, I'd have a lot of fun too. And look where the Cowboys are averaging today, starting on their own 35.
This is the best they've done. They're from midfield right now. And the give is to Emmitt Smith, looking for running room left side. Closing in on him is the Raider defense and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage, led by that man, Darrell Russell.
Wow, that was just some talent by the Raiders defensive line. Darrell Russell, Pat Swilling, Russell Maryland, you name it, all of them just getting up the field, disrupting the blocking schemes. And Russell Maryland stops him, makes Emmitt Smith cut back. And, you know, I bet these offensive linemen of the Cowboys, they know that Russell Maryland, he's going to come and play every single down. Working against him so many years when he was a Cowboy.
Clock moves toward 8 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Allen on the blitz from the corner, getting away with the pass. Garrett completes it to Ernie Mills. Charles Woodson is saying that it bounced and that it's incomplete, and now the officials are going to talk about it.
Well, they can't make their mind up, and I'm not from here. His back was to us, but it looked like he caught the ball.
Complete. First down.
17-yard completion.
Shane Gailey is wanting the play clock, but watch his. Ernie Mills goes down, gets both hands under the football, easy catch.
Good call for the officials.
Not easy, clean catch, I should say.
Clean catch. Raiders with a 10-3 lead. Cowboys on the move. First down at the Oakland 35. Emmitt Smith straight ahead. And stacked up just short of the 30-yard line. Call it a 4-yard pickup. And Eric Turner coming up from the safety spot.
Well, the Cowboys, they've had so many chances. They've gotten across the 50, inside the 40. They just can't make that play that gets them over the hump to score touchdowns. But Emmitt Smith, this is some good hard running. Good hole by Everett McIver. Play Shiver inside. Emmitt Smith running hard, gets up in there and gets 5 yards.
That is a huge fall off from what the Cowboys usually average on the ground. 2nd and 6. Emmitt again. Big hole up the middle. First down yardage and then some. Down near the 20-yard line before Eric Allen drags him down. And Emmitt beginning to pile it up here in the second half.
Well, when you have a big offensive line and you think that's the advantage you got going against another defense, you try to wear them down. You hope in the second half you take advantage of it. This time, Emmitt, I've heard so many coaches say that Emmitt is great. He runs the daylight. So if there's a hole up in front of him, this play's supposed to go left, but he sees it to the right. Boom, up in there quick, gets positive yards.
Emmitt Smith, 15 carries, 47 yards now. First down, Cowboys from the 20. Garrett to throw. Far side, complete to Michael Irvin. And a pickup of 3, and Eric Allen made a quick move on that ball, didn't he?
Boy, Eric Allen, he knows. He's even smiling. He's played for Philadelphia with Buddy Ryan for many years. They were taught, watch the quarterback. He's watching. Oh, he hesitated just a little bit to make sure it wasn't a double move, because he sees a lot of double moves every week. But Jason Garrett doing a good job throwing it outside where Eric Allen couldn't make the play on it.
2nd and 8 for Dallas. Emmitt Smith. Hole up the middle, across the 15 to about the 13 or the 12-yard line. And Eric Turner with yet another tackle for the Raiders.
See Shane Gailey on the sideline looking at that sheet, trying to decide which play to call. Now, he's not like a lot of head coaches. During the week, he is in offensive meetings, meets with the quarterback. He helps draw the plays up. He calls the plays during the game.
Emmitt with 25 yards on the ground in the first half, 28 already here in the third quarter. 3rd and 2. Smith gets the call across the 10, inside the 10 to about the 7 or the 8-yard line, and another Dallas first down.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys in years past were always one of the best teams in the league scoring once they got down inside the 20-yard line. And the main reason is it's harder to throw when you get down inside because there's not as much room for the receivers, but they could still run the football with their line. Emmitt Smith pounded up in there. We've seen it the last couple plays.
Raiders stock up on big boys up front on the defense. Chuck Osborne and Grady Jackson in off the bench. 1st and goal from the 8. Smith looking for room inside and doesn't find much. Russell Maryland with the tackle.
Boy, Russell Maryland is really, well, you know, he's coming back playing a lot of his old teammates, and so you know he's fired up. But Russell Maryland and Darryl Russell putting those two together inside, the talent, the hard-working Russell Maryland, it really makes it easier for your linebackers, your safeties, all your fast people to make the plays, because they just create havoc with the guard in both centers.
I think Russell. The Heisman Trophy winner comes up big for the Raider defense at the goal line. Towel is a very happy rookie, Charles Woodson, who just stopped the drive at the goal line.
You saw he got upset because he smelled touchdown and just didn't quite get away from the first defender to get there.
First down from the 24. And Napoleon Kaufman around the right side. picks up a couple. Let's go back to the interception.
Watch Charles Woodson reading the quarterback. He doesn't even react. Here he is. He will not even react to Michael Irvin. He's looking at Jason Garrett. He's going to look inside. He sees the ball thrown. It's to him. He did not go inside Michael Irvin. I'm sure Jason Garrett was expecting Michael Irvin to stay between him and the defender. He took it too far inside. That's the big reason for the interception.
Charles Woodson, the rookie, out of Michigan. 2nd and 5. And George going to throw. Out of the backfield, Kaufman looking for running room around the right side. Gets very little. May have picked up a yard.
Well, the Raiders, they got to be looking and going, wow, so this is what it feels like to let the other team make the mistakes, you know, so far this year. It really hasn't fallen that way for them, but the style of offense and defense they're playing, hey, they made the Cowboys execute a lot of plays that last drive. Finally, the Cowboys make a mistake, cost them the points.
3rd and 4. George under the gun, throws it out of bounds, and the Raiders will have to kick it away.
Well, that's a good example where John Gruden said, hey, Jeff, sometimes throwing the ball away can be a really good play, and that one was. Don't force the issue. Nobody opened down the field, and that time, the other thing is, you can see Jeff George, he does have some mobility, able to get outside the pocket when he needs to.
Deion Sanders exhorting the crowd back at his own 25-yard line.
I'd kick it out of bounds. I would not kick the ball to him.
Leo Aragu is going to kick it right at it. Deion at the 26. 40. To 30. Dragged down from behind inside the 20-yard line by Calvin Branch, and Deion Sanders has put the Cowboys right back at the goal line door.
I don't understand why you would line up and kick the ball far right down the middle of the field to Deion Sanders. Hey, believe it, this guy is good. Why keep testing it? The idea is not to give the other team's good players a chance to make plays. They've been doing it all day long. Very fortunate that the Raiders, Calvin Branch is hustling to stop the touchdown.
44-yard punt, 59-yard return. And Deion Sanders, much as he lit up the Giants at the Meadowlands last Monday night, has put the Cowboys in good position here today. Accepting the congratulations and the way to goes from his teammates, he has put the Cowboys in great position at the Oakland 14-yard line. 1:20 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Emmitt Smith didn't get anywhere. Grabbed onto by number 98, Chuck Osborne.
You know, something that's always kind of intrigued me, Deion Sanders, when he returns punts, kickoffs, look how he holds the ball. Both hands in front of him. Watch for a second. He tucks it away for about 1 step, then he puts it in 2 hands again. Now, you know, if you ever run with the ball in your hand, you know it's a lot easier if you stick it under one arm. You can run faster, but, you know, had a chance to ask him that yesterday. Of course, I forgot it, but he does it. It serves him well. He's a guy that can return punts and doesn't fumble it very often either.
2nd and 10. Emmitt Smith. And Smith tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Eric Allen, his side of the field. Boy, what a game Eric Allen has turned in today.
Well, the whole Raider defense, but Eric Allen, never known to be what I would call a good tackler. You know, just a good defender of the passing game, but he has shown, being with the Raiders, the defensive back now, coached by Willie Shaw, that he's willing to stick it up in there and make those tackles.
This particular comment about Eric wouldn't come off of any particular number of times he picked you off, did he?
Hey, look, he's just one of hundreds. It doesn't matter. It's nothing to be proud of.
Time winds down on us here in the 3rd quarter at Texas Stadium. That is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Raiders 10 and the Cowboys 3. We'll come back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Texas Stadium. Chris Warren in the backfield for the Cowboys. 3rd and 10 from the 14. Movement up front. And Darrell Russell may have jumped too soon. It's going to go against.
17, offense. 5-yard penalty.
Wow.
Third down.
Calling it on Jason Garrett.
We'll remind you today's aerial footage provided by the Bud One Airship Budweiser, an official sponsor of the National Football League.
Why I'm saying I can't believe they called it on the quarterback. He's in the shotgun. I mean, Darrell Russell's really good, but he's not talented enough to see the quarterback back there. Well, I could be a liar. He did flap his arms, so.
Deion Sanders in as a wide receiver. 3rd and 15.
Stand corrected.
Garrett rolls right. Incomplete, intended for Chris Warren out of the backfield. And now the boos come down here at Texas Stadium as the field goal unit comes onto the field.
That's okay. Tough situation. Not going to pick up the first down, most likely. It is incomplete, but it still keeps them in, field goal range. That's the big thing. Make sure you get at least 3 points out of this drive.
Cunningham made a 40-yarder earlier. This now a 37-yard attempt. Puts it away. And it's no good. Well, the Dallas Cowboys have pretty much owned this second half as far as possession of the football goes, but they come up empty on the board. Television's #1 news magazine, 60 Minutes. Then it's touched from their own 27. And they'll keep it on the ground. Napoleon Kaufman running room up the middle across the 30 to about the 32. And let's go back to the field goal attempt.
Well, all you got to do is read the body language, watch the face of the kicker. It's up, and he's leaning. Oh, and he just, right away. The thrower, the kicker, as soon as you let it go, as soon as it happens, you know if it's good or not.
So the Cowboys pretty much owned that third quarter, marched up and down the field. No points on the board. The pitch for Kaufman. Kaufman looking for running room, left side, turns the corner, out of bounds, looking for first down yardage. Randall Godfrey ran them out of bounds, along with number 24, Omar Stoutmeyer. Talked about how the Raiders
1 yard in the third quarter. The Cowboys did dominate the time of possession, the Raiders, but the big thing is I think the Raiders were just playing so careful. I mean, ultra conservative in the play calling and the decisions by Jeff George. They didn't really give themselves a chance to get any yards.
First down from their own 40. He's been on the ground with Kaufman. It's this side, ducks inside, picked up 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. And for an NFL Today report, let's go to Jim Nance in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg and Phil. Bubby Brister doing a fine job today, filling in for John Elway, throwing another touchdown pass here to Howard Griffith. And there's also a backup winning in Philadelphia. Rodney Peete and the Eagles leading going into the fourth quarter by 7. Back to you in Dallas.
All right, Jim, and the troubles continue for Norv Turner and the Washington Redskins. On 2nd and 6, George down the middle, completes to Dudley.
This play right from the start, as soon as they line up, the Cowboys do not line up on defense correctly. Ricky Dudley, look, nobody sees him. He lets him go. He hits it in between the corner and the safety. This is something the Denver Broncos did against the Dallas Cowboys. Look, nobody's looking at him. Jeff George hangs it in the air. Good job by Kevin Smith watching the quarterback getting over there and making a tackle.
And by the way, it was another one of those passes where Jeff George just kind of threw it as he was leaning back.
Makes it look too easy. It's just not fair.
First down from the 28. And Harvey Williams.
You know, I like teams. I like things on teams to be defined, a lot of times, because it just makes it easier for everybody. And what I'm saying is John Richie, the fullback, he knows his role in this team. Block for the runner, protect the quarterback, then occasionally occasionally get to catch a pass.
See the blood pouring down his face. That's from that cut above his right eye. His helmet hits him.
2 of them.
There's Richie. Richie with his first NFL carry around the left side.
Oh, that's great. Well, let's stop the game, present the ball to him, and it's, oh, yeah, that's got to feel good. John Richie making his first carry in the NFL, and look at the blood coming down his face. And it's a sweep play. He's got an option, doesn't cut it back. Wow, I'm really shocked he just kind of ran into defenders.
We asked him about the cut on his forehead, and he says, my helmet hits me there.
Yeah.
And third and 4. George flips it complete at about the 20-yard line to Tim Brown, and they picked up maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring the field goal unit onto the field.
Well, you hope to pick up the first down, but the big thing is no sack, no penalties, no turnover. Kick the field goal, give yourself a 10-point lead. 2 possessions now for the Cowboys, and the way it's been going today, you'd like your chances thinking the Cowboys can't drive down the field twice and score against you.
So Greg Davis with a 30-yard field goal earlier. Missed one from 48. Will try this one from 38 yards out. Got it. So the Raiders extend their lead to 13-3. Meanwhile, John Richie, is he having that bloody face taken care of? Nah, he's got a football game to play today.
He said, I'm a bleeder.
Back at Texas Stadium, still plenty of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, but as Greg Davis tees it up, his field goal from 38 yards out has given the Raiders a 13-3 lead. Kevin Mathis and Jeff Ogden deep for the Cowboys. This one won't travel very far. Mathis. And hit head on at the 25-yard line. 11-yard return stops the clock at 10:41, and on the sideline, the rookie John Richie finding out about life in the National Football. There is the rookie fullback John Richie, who says that man, Moose Johnson's his hero.
Oh, I know. He told a great story about Moose Johnson. They scrimmaged in the preseason. He goes, I wanted to go over and meet him, say he was my idol. And he says, I couldn't say anything. And finally, Daryl Johnston looks at him and goes, yeah, okay, I'll see you.
First down for the Cowboys from their own 25, and Garrett to throw. Near side has a man. Michael Irvin complete across the 40 to about the 42, 43-yard line. 17-yard pickup, and Moose Johnson does the kind of job that John Richie wants to do.
Well, you said, Greg, this is the guy he idolized growing up. And if you want to be a fullback, you should idolize this guy. Check out the blocks, inside out. Allows Emmitt Smith to go up inside for about 8 yards. And again, boom, inside out. Another big hole. Daryl Johnston, in the modern era, one of the best blocking fullbacks the National Football League has seen.
First down from the 43-yard line. Garrett with time goes down the sideline and out of bounds. Charles Woodson fighting Michael Irvin. And for a baseball update, let's check in with Jim Nance in New York. Jim?
Yeah, Greg, guess what that means? Just a moment ago in St. Louis, yes, indeed, Mark McGwire has done it again. 4th time in the last 3 days. This one, number 69 for the Cardinal slugger. By the way, Sammy Sosa, 1 for 1 today with an RBI single. And let's go back to you in Dallas.
All right, Jim, if we were anywhere along that path, Mark would shake our hands.
Yeah. It's been an incredible thing, and it's just... really, I've enjoyed watching it and feeling like I'm part of it. I mean, you're watching history.
Well, you're not a part of it.
Well,
2nd and 10. Garrett. Rolling, gonna run. 45, out of bounds.
Well, that was a good decision by Jason Garrett. The screen never developed. Emmitt Smith couldn't get out of the backfield. The Oakland Raiders, the defensive line, James Harris, all of them kind of sensed it. Stayed around Emmitt Smith, nowhere to throw it. And Jason Garrett makes a nice little run out of it. If you're the Raiders, you're playing defense. Willie Shaw, he's the defensive coordinator over there. You've worked all day long to get Jason Garrett in this situation. You see his stats, 12 of 24, because that's what they wanted. Known passing situations against him so they could take advantage of them.
On 3rd and 7, Deion Sanders in, but he comes to this side of the field. Incomplete, intended for Michael Irvin. And Albert Lewis breaking up the pass. This Raider defense has been outstanding today.
Well, you know, Willie Shaw, he's just done such a good job with the whole defense. And Michael Irvin, it looks like the perfect throw. It is. Both hands on the ball. He drops it. A couple big drops today by the Dallas Cowboys have stopped drives. Albert Lewis.
Job well done.
Very well.
Desmond Howard deep for the punt. Howard from his left, can't dodge the tackles, falls forward to about the 15, stops the clock. 9:04 remaining, and the Raiders with the football in a 10-point lead.
They like to have a quick game of tackle.
First down for the Raiders. Napoleon Kaufman doesn't find any running room on the right side. May have picked up a yard before Fred Strickland made the tackle. Well, John Gruden said, we want to run the football today. 102 yards for Napoleon Kaufman.
You know the thing, I thought Napoleon Kaufman, when he came in this league, going to be a situational player, maybe too small to be an every down player. But when you notice, when you watch games, he never takes big hits. You know, nobody can ever just catch him and lay him out, but, you know, the biggest reason is he's just too fast to get the big hit on.
2nd and 9 from the 17 for the Raiders. Kaufman to the left. Across the 20 out to about the 23, pickup of about 5. And the clock continues to move towards 8 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Well, that's what you expect the Raiders to do. Up by 10, 4th quarter. You're running for sure on 1st and 2nd down. Coming at you, Steve Wisniewski, number 76. Now, do you want to get in the way and stop this running play? Deion does the right thing. Try to run around him. Napoleon Kaufman cuts it up inside.
Steve Wisniewski, 6'4", 305 out of Penn State.
And he is really one terrific offensive lineman.
3rd and 3. And Jeff George wants timeout. Saw something he didn't like, and rather than audible into the crowd, he'll walk to the sideline and talk about it with John Gruden.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Fidelity Investments and by Castrol Syntec.
Seven minutes, 35 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter as you look at John Gruden, the head coach of the Oakland Raiders.
And he had Jeff George to the sideline. You know what he told him? Don't throw an interception.
3rd and 3. Going to pitch it to Kaufman. Kaufman trying to get outside. Can't break free. He's brought down by the Dallas pursuit, and the Raiders will kick it away.
Well, that kind of makes sense. All day long, they've kind of managed the game, and they look up at the board, and they've managed the game very well. We're up 13-3. Let's don't make a mistake now. So they do a good job running the football.
Deion Sanders fires up the crowd back at about his own 34-yard line. Returned one 59 yards the last time he had a chance. Deion at about the 38. And dances out of bounds, close to the 45, and a penalty marker flies. 41-yard kick, 6-yard return, and let's check the penalty.
Well,
there appears to be no penalty. We'll remind you, log on to www.nfl.com. Check out this week's player spotlight on Seahawks wide receiver Joey Galloway and get team-by-team matchups on NFL.com. Good field position for the Cowboys from the 44. Woodson on the blitz. Quick pass to the side. Billy Davis has it, and there he goes. Down at the 1-yard line. 55 yards on the play.
This is really, I mean, I could see it from up here. What a gamble by the Raider defense. A tremendous gamble.